Good morning, Algebra 1 class. Welcome back. I hope you had a good first day of trying to do this on your own. So today's lesson is on 9.5. This is page 3. Ooh, not 380. It is page 392. 392. So this right here is going to be a little different than what we've done before. You can solve it the same way. So it's going to be the same type of a problem. So it'll be something like this, a plus c squared. Now we can do this using the FOIL method like we've done in the last two lessons. So this can look like this right here. You take a plus c times a plus c. You do these multiplication here. You get a squared. You do a times c and you get ac. You get c times a, which again is ac, and then you get c times c, which is c squared. So you have like terms here highlighted in green. So when we go to write our final answer, we get a squared plus, now there's two of them that are ac, so 2ac plus c squared. Now that's not very hard. That is using the FOIL method, and you can solve every single problem in the homework for today that way. So if you just want to do that, you can go ahead and do that. The lesson is the exact same as far as using the FOIL method. However, they teach you little shortcuts. So if you want to look at the shortcut, I'm going to go over the shortcut method with you real fast. So a plus c squared, if you wrote that down, it looked like this. This was what we came up with. Okay, so now when they give us a new problem, let's say it looks like this, x plus 4. All we have to do is take this guy and call him a, and take this guy and call him c. And then using that, we take that and plug it in for a. Take this guy, plug it in for C, and then take one of them, plug it in for A there, one of them, plug it in for C there. So that simplifies. We do that with the x. We just add the squared, boom, x squared. Then we do the 2 stays, and that's times A, which is x, then times the C, which in this case is 4, then plus C squared, which in this case is 4 squared. Last step and final. We just simplify. 2 times 4 is 8, times x is 8x, plus 4 squared, which is 16. And there's our final answer. So instead of using FOIL method, you could do that. Now, for some of you, it was probably faster to just use the FOIL method. Now, where it gets a little bit more complicated is when we have a negative. So this time, we're going to have a minus c squared. Ooh, mixing it up. Well, the first part's still the same, still a squared, but this time it's minus 2ac, and the last part's the same. So the only thing that's different is this right here. It has turned into a negative 2ac instead of a positive 2ac. So let's say that they give us this kind of problem right here that says y minus 3 squared. All I'm going to do is I'm going to call this one right here, I'm going to say you are A and you are C. Key part here is it's only referring to the 3, not to the minus. Okay, only to the 3, and the A is only referring to the y. So then we take this y and put it in right there, and we just square it. There's our first step. Then we take our y and put it in right here for the A, so we get minus 2 times a, which in this case is y, then times the c, we put them in right there, and that is a 3. Then we do plus c squared, which is this guy right here, 3 squared. Now, final step, we just combine the terms. We get y squared minus 2 times 3, which is 6y, and the 3 squared, 3 times 3 is 9, and there is our final answer, y squared minus 6y plus 9. So if you are confused at all, the key part is to use this formula right here at the top of the screen whenever it is a minus sign in between. Again, FOIL method will solve your problem for you. Lastly is when we have kind of a difference of squares thing going on here, where we have y minus 3, and then this time we have y plus 3. Now you see what they did here was they changed this sign and that sign. Okay. Now by changing those two signs, it's going to look a little different, but it's actually going to be easier because our final answer is going to be y squared minus 3 squared, or y squared minus 9. All we have to do in a problem like this is take the first term and square it, y times y, and then take the second term and square it, 3 and 3, which is 9, and it's always a minus in between. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our final answer. So let me do another one real fast with a clear slate. So if they give us one that looks like this, 3x minus 4 times 3x plus 4, all we have to do, again, is take this one and square it. So that's 9, 3 times 3, x squared. Then we take this one times this one, which is minus 16. And there we have our answer right there. 9x squared minus 16. So that's not very hard. I could have done that with FOIL, right? I could have done 3 times that, and I would have got this right here. And then look what would have happened. I would have had 3x times positive 4, which would have been plus 12x. Then I would have had negative 12x, and they would have canceled out. And then lastly, I would have had 4 times 4 and got negative 16. So as you can see, you can do it either way. Again, I do not care. Whichever way you want to do that, feel free to do so. Now, doing a little bit more of a complicated one here before I tell you what the homework is for tonight, we're going to do one that is going to require a little more brain power. So we're going to have 5x minus 3. We're going to say that's squared. Now, if you remember, when it's a subtraction sign, our answer is a squared minus 2ac plus c squared. So now I just take this right here. I take this 5x, which is now a, and I do 5. Now this is the key part. I have to square the 5 and the x for a. Then I do minus 2, and I take what is a, that is 5x. What is c? That's a 3. And what is c? It is 3 squared. So now 5 squared is 25. X squared is still x squared. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, 10. And then 10 times 3 is 30x plus 3 squared. 3 times 3 is 9. So as you can see, it's going to get a little harder, but I don't even have to use FOIL to find that. I can just use the formula that they gave me. Okay, so again, if you need the formulas, I'm going to write those up here. Leave those. So when it's x plus c, the formula is a squared plus 2ac plus c squared. When it's a minus c squared, it's simply the same thing, only difference is that minus sign right there, 2ac plus c squared. And then lastly, if it's a plus c times a minus c, that's the easiest of all, and we get a squared minus c squared. So if you need to pause it on this screen and write it down, feel free to do so. So the homework for this is coming from, this is 9.5, this is from page 392. Page 392. The homework is 4 through 15 all, and then it is 24 through 27 all. Okay? So if you have questions, please reach out, email me, text me, something. Get in contact with me. But I hope that makes sense. The examples are right in the book. It'll be very easy for you to follow. So that is lesson 2 of our quarantine teaching. So I hope that made sense. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Okay, second lesson over. So enjoy your quarantine. Mr. H is over and out.